What's up, everybody? Jeff here, and we're back for some more Through the Breach. This time around, we have a quick one for you because we're playing through Bad Things Happen, which is actually the sample adventure that comes in the back of the second edition Core Rulebook. So, as always, I will be the Fate Master, and the players are actually going to be folks from the community who expressed interest in playing some Through the Breach. So, if you'd be interested in joining us for a game, then join the Discord, which is linked in the description below, and check out the announcements channel for more details. I give my patrons priority access to these games because they do take quite a bit of time and effort to run, but there's room for everybody, so even if you've never played before, if you're interested, then definitely come over and join us for a game. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode that we have coming out, and be sure to check out all the important links in the description below, including a link to the Patreon, the Ko-fi, my Discord, and the affiliate link for Weird. So if you want to pick up the very recently released Onward expansion for Through the Breach, then you can use that link. It costs you nothing extra, but it actually supports the channel if you make any purchases on our website. But with that, let's get right into Bad Things Happen. And we will start by having you introduce yourselves. Let's go with Cal.
Hi, I'm Calder. I'm playing Spicer Leverton, who is former Pinkerton agent and now kind of just a general private eye to various people, including the Eclipse company. He's like very neatly dressed in a kind of like a dark suit. Left eye is gray, and the right eye is kind of like a pale blue cyan color. Like swept back dark hair, look very well put together,
The Return of the Spicer.
and hopefully sticking around. Who knows? he's got beaten up for a fair few times, so we'll see how. Yeah,
We'll see what happens. Trey?
I'm Trey. I'll be playing Chet Atkins, the behemoth who is hired frequently as the muscle/bodyguard.
He do be a large man. All right, and Blue?
I will be playing Maverick, a ex-stage performer who had a very unfortunate accident with knives. Like, he'll never truly admit what actually happened. That something horrific happened. And now it's decided to use his very transferable skills of knife throwing as mercenary work. Just so happens that Eclipse meets the etiquette that he wants.
One day we're going to find out what happened. We're going to get it out of him.
I mean, is there like a truth serum spell in Through the Breach?
100%, yes. I believe there's like a necromancy spell that makes somebody answer questions truthfully.
Oh, I've been talking about making it a necromancer, so now I've got an actual reason to. Okay.
Yes, necromancy gets all the mind control shenanigans, and also can just do debuffs or send somebody to the void.
Well, honestly, I feel like necromancy has some of the most interesting magic. Most people that play a necromancer are just like, I want to make zombies. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But there's all this other cool stuff you can do.
You can have zombies and the other cool stuff.
Right,
You don't
yeah.
have to, yeah.
The most interesting stuff is the not zombie stuff.
In my opinion, yeah, I agree. I think some of the other stuff is even cooler, especially in a more traditional campaign where you're not just fighting and doing self-contained adventures.
I feel as if one day I will try to do something with that. But it's not going to be any of that zombie stuff. It's going to be, make the if I hit you with this, you're just gone. Here's a 10-year berry.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so this time around, you were actually sent back to Earthside on your mission with Eclipse Consulting. The operation was effectively a babysitting job. You were to escort a important person to Earthside to meet with a contact. They then kind of went off and did their thing, and you're on your way back to Malifaux now. So you finished your job, but it's still the three of you together traveling. You head back to Santa Fe and are on your way back to the other side of the breach. Built upon the ruins of Santa Fe, Breach Town is the very picture of a fortified rail station. The Guild's rail station is one of the larger buildings in town, and after hours of standing outside in the arid heat, you've finally been cleared by security and allowed to board the train that will take you to Malifaux. Despite the almost suffocating heat of the day, the interior of the train is surprisingly cool. As you walk down the aisle in search of your seat, you can almost imagine that you can see your breath clouding up in front of you. You're finally able to find your bench-like seat at the front of the third car, The seat ahead of you has been turned around to face you. If there had been a table between you, you might be able to imagine that you were seated at the booth in a diner. As you settle into place alongside your colleagues, you can't help but notice a set of deep scratch marks set into the wall above your booth. Were they not cut deep into steel, it would almost be possible to imagine that the scratches were claw marks.
So, are they kind of in like the pattern looks like a claw mark in that it kind of like it's multiple scratches like in parallel to each other,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's all over the compartment, or is it just kind of in one corner?
You just see one set of them above you.
I think Spicer kind of like looks up at it and goes, "I'm sure that's fine," and then just goes, "I don't know." He'll make a note of it and kind of expect the worst, but tries not to. I mean, like his last train ride was strange, so.
Do any other seats have these marks, or just the one of ours?
You just see the one set. That's it.
Has anybody ever seen any of those? I mean, actually this is out of character. Is there a train conductor anybody anywhere nearby that we might ask about them?
Right now, you just see folks sort of getting on the train. There's a lot of people kind of milling about and kind of trying to get into position with whatever baggage that they have. But you don't necessarily see anybody that looks like they are a conductor.
If I get up and kind of like, can I reach it? Like to like I don't know, like touch it or kind of like see how deep it goes? Like if it goes to the metal or something? I don't know.
It's above you on the roof, so you
Oh,
can
I see.
it up
Okay,
and out
okay.
for it, but it's a little higher than you can reach.
Well, never mind. I'll sit back down so I don't break my neck when the train starts moving.
I'll reach up and touch it to see how deep it
How
goes.
good for you!
Oh, you're like 15 feet tall, aren't you? So you find that the metal is there aren't like jagged edges on it. It's not sharp. You can see that the scratch marks are at least a few millimeters into the metal, but there's no other obvious signs of what could have done it.
Is it like the size of a human, like hand? I guess sort of like if somebody kind of like were to pull the fingers across it.
Roughly, yeah.
That's not reassuring, but
More passengers filter onto the train as the temperature inside the train car gradually begins to rise to match the temperature outside. Just when it starts to become uncomfortable, you hear the conductor shut the doors and start walking up the aisle to help the last of the passengers stow their luggage. The passenger across the aisle from you, a thin, hunched man in his late 60s, seems to be having trouble getting his suitcase up into the overhead compartment. It's almost twice as large as he is, and you can see the frustration and embarrassment etched on his face as he struggles with the oversized trunk.
Trey, would you be tall enough to help the gentleman with his luggage?
Yeah, I'll offer to help him.
All right, so with that, we're going to come out of the prologue. Everybody can draw 3 cards and choose the pursuit you'd like to play.
There's probably better ones, but I want to stick with Boogeyman just to kind of see how it progresses, basically. I mean, right now, like inside the train, it doesn't do anything, but I want to see what happens, so...
So as Chet gets up to go over to the man, he's going to look over his shoulder. At first, sort of a look of concern strikes his face as he's not sure what your intentions are, but when you make a motion to help him with his bag, he's going to smile. Well, thank you so much, young man. I really appreciate your help. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble here.
That's no problem. I just pick up the bag and put it in what's the overhead thing?
It almost seems silly to make him check for it, but I'm going to make you check for it anyway. So you mean the target number 8 athletics check.
All right, athletics. Also, I think I'm going to try going down Harrow this session.
Gonna go what?
Did I say that right? Yeah, Harrowed from Nightmares.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I'm doing Scrapper, by the way, and for my trooper thing, style for the day, I'm going for lead, so I get +1 all close combat skills.
That's useful in a closed compartment.
6.
Need an 8.
Right. I'm trying to decide whether this is worth cheating on. I guess I'll accept that I don't know how to fit a bag into an overhead compartment.
So I'm gonna say that between the kind of cramped confines of the train and the fact that he's standing there kind of awkwardly in the way as you're trying to like basically reach over him to grab this bag and heft it up, you go to pull it, you go to pick it up and you basically just pull it out of his hands, but he was supporting more of the weight, so it kind of just falls forward and it hits him on the toe. And he's gonna scream out, well, not exactly the type of assistance I was expecting, but
I am so sorry, sir.
he's gonna step to the side and then kind of motion towards it, like, okay, now that there's room for you, why don't you just do the light work here?
Yeah, is that another flip then?
No, this time I'll say that you're able to. Now that you have the space, you're able to just pick it up. It's not super. It's pretty heavy. It's heavier than it looks, but it's nothing you can't handle.
Okay, good.
So you hoist it up there. Name's Vito Sessa. Thanks again. And he's gonna kind of like shake his foot in the air as if he's trying to make the pain go away.
And sorry again.
He'll just kind of tip his hat and then take his seat.
Is it like a situation of the bag being taller than he is?
Yeah, it's bigger than he is. It's
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Despite all the passengers being in place, the train doesn't seem to be moving. You can hear murmurs from the people behind you, some wondering what the holdup is, and others simply complaining about how warm and stuffy the train has become. A few people try to open the windows, only to find them bolted shut. The man across the aisle, the one who had been struggling to stow his trunk, leans over and addresses you in an awkward half-whisper. "They're loading up the convicts," he explains, obviously a bit nervous by the idea. "The guild needs them to work in the mines, most of them." He's interrupted by the piercing scream of a steam whistle, and then the train slowly lurches to life. The passengers behind you sigh with relief, and the old man leans back in his chair and favors you with an awkward smile. "Here we go," he murmurs. "Good luck."
I think you do take this train very often to know about that.
Once or twice, and he's gonna kind of put his head back against the headrest and close his eyes.
I mean, have we been over the back through the breach a couple of times before, or is it the first time for our characters?
Well, you had to get there at some point to begin with, and then
yeah,
you went
that
back
makes
to
sense.
Earth recently, so certainly at least twice.
Trying to figure out whether it's like a well-known thing that does every train contain prisoners, or is it more of a?
It wouldn't necessarily be something that's like generally known to the public, but it's not a secret that
Fair enough.
that there's often convicts on the trains. Yeah.
So like nothing kind of like, oh, we bought like enough first class tickets and now there's a bunch of convicts in the back. But yeah.
Yeah, like it's well, let's do this. Why don't you give me a history check? Target number 7.
Oh well, that's it's a 1. That's not too bad. Come on. Okay. No, I'm just gonna let it ride and just it's 2, which yeah, it's not gonna make it.
Yeah, so this is news to you. You were not necessarily aware that the guild transported convicts this way. In fact, you weren't even aware of the guild's relationship with convicts.
That bad, huh?
Maybe there's a like a slight hint of a memory of you reading somewhere about the guild using convict labor for mining, but nothing that you were nothing that in front of mind, nothing that you are that familiar with or aware of.
Well, you learn something new every day.
There you go. So in the distance, as the train's sort of like rounding a bend, you can see the blue sphere, or the blue circle, I should say, of the breach way off in the distance. And as the train sort of picks up speed, you see it getting bigger and bigger. You can see that around it are all sorts of fortifications and guild guards.
Yeah, I think of like it's probably not like nothing has happened, but I'll have another look at the scratch marks on the ceiling if they're changing anyway to like reacting to the breach. Probably not, but
Nope, same old scratch marks.
Mm-hmm.
The first and second cars of the train disappear into the shimmering silver blue portal, one after the next. Your car is right behind them, and from your perspective, the glowing light almost seems to be rushing through the train like a tidal wave. As you plunge into the dimensional rift, an intense feeling of vertigo assaults your head, triggering an intense headache the likes of which you've never felt before. The pain only lasts for a moment, but when you open your eyes, you and the people seated next to you are the only ones on the train. Everywhere else, the passengers behind you, the old man who had been seated across from you, are gone. Brilliant silver blue light spills into the train cars from the windows, and whenever you try to glance out the windows, it only seems to bring back the stabbing pain in your head. It's then that you realize that the train isn't just empty, it's still and silent. There's no click-clack of the wheels against the rails, no rumbling from the engine, just silence, and the strange scratching sound coming from within the old man's abandoned trunk.
Great. I think even if I just like biffed my history flip there, I'm pretty sure like Spicer doesn't remember this being part of the crossing over from last time. It's like I know it's different every time, but I don't think it's that different every time. I think my priority number one is whatever's making the scratching noises not to like let it out. I'm not sure how we can secure that any further, but
I guess I'll ready my hammer, which I assume is probably in my overhead compartment.
I'll grab hang on, I've got just have the pocket pistol, but whatever, it'll do.
Okay, is Spicer gonna go try to secure the trunk?
I mean he'll help Chet if Chet wants to try. I mean, like, I'm not sure how to secure it necessarily. I mean, I have a garrote wire. Maybe that can help like tie the trunk together. I'm not sure.
Okay, what is Maverick doing?
Yep. He's gonna ready his knives for whatever comes out of there. Probably not a good idea to try to throw a knife in a closed compartment, so he's gonna try to charge at whatever comes out of there.
Okay. So you guys ready yourselves while Spicer goes over with the garrote and tries to tie up the opening of the...
I'm not sure is it possible physically, or I mean, is it?
Well, I'll say that you go over to find out.
Sure. Okay.
You lift up the little hatch to the overhead compartment, and you kind of have to stand up on your tippy toes to see if you can figure out a way to secure it a bit.
That seems like a very bad way of approaching it. Okay.
And a blink of an eye after you open the door, it pops open, and out come a bunch of horrible-looking puppets.
Oh, fantastic.
And with that, we'll flip initiative.
I should have just left that closed. In retrospect.
You want to give me an initiative flip, Cal?
It's 9.
All right. Go ahead, Dre.
It's a total of 12.
And Blue.
Alrighty. That's a 1.
All right. If you guys want to go in and pull out some character tokens.
Mm-hmm. I love the map assets in this. Like, it's like this is a train filled with toxic.
No, those are clearly benches. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, all I see are benches.
Yeah, same.
It's one of those newfangled kind of modern art installment trains.
Yeah, they hired a professional graffiti artist to come in and decorate.
Yep.
And he really likes the word toxic.
It's a tag. It's just everywhere. Yeah, of course I had to face check the death. Great.
You're right up in their business.
Yep. First thing they see. Fantastic.
All right, so these 3 puppets spill out of this case, and each of them looks like a horrible little clown. They're like 3.5 feet tall apiece, and they immediately start attacking all of you.
Of course.
Let's say, so obviously, as you can see, this is clearly a train car, and we have benches in rows, and there's a aisle up the middle. It's a bit of a tight squeeze here. So what I think we'll do is, if you want to climb over any of the chairs, you just have to take 2 inches off of your move like you climbed it, as if it was height 2, and they'll also provide cover. And with that, Chet's up first.
All right. So I have the shove aside talent, which lets me move through characters with a height lower than my own without being impeded.
Which is most people.
So,
Yep.
You is big.
so I'm just trying to decide which puppet I want to get behind.
I'll just shove me aside so I'm not like up in that grill. That'd be nice.
Oh, what's my? I forgot what my walk speed is. Hang on. 4.
The other thing to notice there is that each of the puppets has a bunch of strings hanging off of their limbs and different body parts behind them. And as you see them kind of coming at Spicer, the strings are trailing behind them on the floor.
So I should be able to get there. Yeah.
I'm not sure whether I like that you specify that. I don't know, it's concerning.
And crap, I forgot to say that I was going to use my 0 action.
Well, so keep in mind, if that was a charge, you can't charge through the seat because you'd have to climb it, and it's a push if you charge.
Oh no, it was just a walk.
And you took 2 inches off for the seat. You had to climb over.
No, I just walked through them because shove aside.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I forgot to mention my 0 action. Would I hit anybody with it from here? Yeah. What's the name of it? Reassurance. Till the beginning of this character's next turn, all friendly characters within 3 yards receive +1 to the result of any duel they take.
So good.
That's really cool.
So that'll hit Spicer. And I guess just hit the puppet in front of me with a hammer.
Hammer time. Target number 12.
Ooh. Let's see. Two value 4. Oh, total of 16.
That's more than 12 with a negative.
So damage with a negative. Weak. So that is 2 damage.
Oh, that's number 2, right? Yep. All right. Anything else?
That's my 2 action points, yeah.
All right. So that puppet is going to immediately turn in your direction. And it's going to reach out with these strange little wooden clown hands and try to swipe at you. Give me a target number 11 defense check.
What's my defense? Oh, yeah, I increased about 11 plus 3, 14.
All right. So he swipes at you, but you were waiting for him, and you parry with your hammer. But he's going to try it again. Target number 11.
That is 10.
Archie.
Sure. That is exactly 11.
So you just add a negative on?
Yeah. Figure that'll be maybe worth it, I hope.
Could be. What was the suit on that? I missed it.
Oh, tomes.
All right. So double negative. That will be 1 damage. And as this thing swings at you, you notice that the strings that are trailing behind it start to dance up in the air a little bit. And as soon as it hits you with its first little fist, the other one is going to come around and try to hit you again. So give me another target number 11.
Wait, one of the other puppets or one of the puppets' strings?
Same one. The strings
Oh.
just kind of look like they're animating him for some reason.
That is 11.
All right, so we will double negative again. Did second edition have a rule against triggers from triggers? I don't think it did.
It did not. It does not.
Amazing.
I think it's like unaddressed.
Womp womp.
Less amazing.
Look, Blue, you didn't get the.
Yeah, no,
Black
this is
Joker.
why I play Maverick. See, Maverick doesn't get the Black Jokers.
All right, so it goes to hit you, and it again, one of its little fists gets deflected by the hammer. But again, you see the strings sort of dancing in the air above it as if somebody was puppeting it, but you don't see anyone actually doing that, and it's going to swing at you again. Target number 11.
All right, beat it this time for 13 total.
Oh, look, tomes again.
Oh, it's a Tomes trigger, isn't it?
So is it?
Stop getting the books.
So is it after succeeding or just
After resolving,
Ugh.
keep on flipping tomes. I'm going to keep punching you.
5.
Hey, look, a tomes.
No. Oh
So I'm
god.
trying to decide if I want to cheat or, you know what? I didn't think I was gonna cheat with this card, but I'm gonna use this one of Rams. If I'm gonna take the same amount of damage.
Is that putting you at a 4?
Yeah, 4 total.
All right, so with a straight flip. There's no more black jokers left. All right, 2 damage.
It took a few minutes for me to register why you kept swinging.
That's why I
Yeah,
really drove
I
that point home.
Ah, jeez. Yeah,
I figured you asked pursuit, but I didn't realize it was after resolving.
Yeah.
So the books are evil. That's what we've learned.
All right. So that's one puppet done with its 7 attacks. The puppet that falls down directly in front of Spicer is going to lunge at Spicer. Spicer, why don't
Talking
you
no
give
one.
me target
Yeah.
number 11 defense check?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm. So that would be. Was it 11? You said.
Yep.
I'm cheating in an 8 of Rams because that's not going to cut it to for 11.
11 even?
Yeah.
All right, so double negative.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 1 damage.
Yep.
And it's going to try again.
These hit hard, like 11. Jesus. I'm gonna cheat in a 7. At a 10, at a 10, is it just like a negative or is it just straight?
10's a negative.
Then cheating in a 7 of crows for a 10.
All right, so
God,
that's an
I
egg.
barely have a hand left. Great.
That'll be 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the one in the back is going to climb up on the chair, on the bench, and reach over it to swipe at Chet. Give me another target number 11.
These cards.
At least it's not a Tomes.
Yeah.
That'll be a straight flip unless you'd like to cheat it.
No.
2 damage.
Oh boy.
Death by 1,000 punches.
Tiny clown puppet punches. That's how it'd be in Malifaux sometimes.
They have little red gloves on the end of their fists, so it's like
Oh, no.
insulting as you feel this pain coming through by this cute little teeny mittens.
Do they make like squeaky noises when they hit because
Yeah,
they're made
for
of
sure.
no?
I forgot that I had armor.
You should remember that. It's important.
So be.
I think it only would have reduced twice because you only took more than one
Yeah,
twice. So,
that's what I was thinking.
all right. Next up is Spicer.
I guess by having drawn the Garrett to try to secure the compartment, I haven't drawn my gun, which I have to do now.
Or you could
It's
fight
one
with the
action.
Garrote if you wanted to.
Sorry, what?
Or you could fight with the Garrote if you'd like to.
I don't want to go near these things. Really, I'm a bit concerned.
I think it's too late for that. You're already near them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not really certain you can choke out a puppet. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair. They don't appear to be breathing.
I think it does, like, it paralyzes them. Let me double check what it does. Sorry, there's like a bunch of specials on it. It's choking, deadly, finely tuned, and slowing, which I don't think is really gonna help. So I'm gonna. I assume there's a penalty for the short range of using a pistol on it.
You can't shoot unless you have gunfighter when you're engaged.
Oh, sure, okay. I'll try the garrote then because I don't have anything else except my fists.
All right. Which puppet would you like to choke?
The
Not a euphemism.
you just made it one, I guess, on me. So puppet number 1, no, actually, I think I'm gonna go for 2 to kind of try to drag it away from Chet.
Okay. Give me a target number 12. Check.
Is that in close combat, I assume? Or is it in grappling?
Ooh, I think it's a regular melee weapon, but I could be wrong. Hold on. But I don't know how to spell that word, so it's not. I can't find it.
Oh, it's Garrot.
It is a flexible weapon.
So I can
I think
use
that's
grace
flexible
with it,
plus
right?
grace, right?
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just like grace flat, basically.
Unless you have ranks in flexible weapons.
No, I don't. Oh, there's flexible weapons right there on the character sheet. Okay, never mind. Sorry, that's. No, I can't even cheat that. That misses by a mile. I can try again.
Okay.
Um,
Or number 12.
also misses with an 8. Never mind.
Your AV is 1? I thought you had high grace.
No, I have a 1. So, yeah.
All right. So you twice try to wrap this thing around its neck.
Look, they're tiny little puppet men.
I was,
It's
I was just going to say, but it's frantically flailing at Chet's, I'm going to say, like, mid-thigh. And, well,
yeah.
actually, Chet's tall, so I'm going to say, like, around his knees. And you aren't able to get your hands around it.
I think Spicer's more used to choking out people his own size and
Fair.
species.
This is neither of those things, so it's fair.
Exactly.
All right. Anything else for you, or is that it?
That's it.
Over to Maverick.
Alrighty. Alright. So this is a very compact area, so this ain't really looking well.
I beefed the enemies up in this encounter a little bit in case anyone was wondering.
Really? No, I just the thing.
I
mean, you guys would have one-rounded them if I didn't.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh yeah, no, like I immediately remembered this encounter. Like I recognize where it was from. Alright.
I've got no idea, so this is
it's
brand new to
it's
me.
literally in the core book. It's in the last couple pages of the core book is like
Oh
that.
my god.
Here's a sample encounter. I've actually run it before.
That-
It's fun.
And
though.
that's what I get for not reading all of the core book.
It's
I
better
tend to
that way.
stop
'Cause
by-
then it's not all spoiled for you.
I know.
I'm
Alright.
sitting here like I know the right thing to do, but I don't want to be metagaming about it.
Chet wouldn't think of that. Chet would just apply hammer.
So
Exactly.
Apply hammer to doll. Yeah, exactly.
So Dice question: do I have line? Can I see Puppet 1?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's on top of the seat, isn't he?
That's Puppet 3. Puppet 1's in the middle of the aisle.
Well, Puppet. Oh yeah, Puppet 3. My bad. All right, so
Keep in mind, Puppet 2 and 3 will have cover from you, but Puppet 1 will not because you're close enough to the thing he's getting cover from, so you can kind of like lean over it.
sure. First, I'm gonna do my first wait to do Fan of Knives on Puppet 3, then second AP to wait to do a charge on Puppet 2.
Will you be able to reach Puppet 2 with a charge? Do you have more than 1-inch melee?
I have a 1-inch. It looks like 1-inch can fit.
No, you're not going to fit in there and be able to get him within 1. I don't think. Let's check.
Oh, hang on. Let me copy him real. Let me copy this token real quick so I can do this.
Yeah, looks like you can, actually.
All right. Well, I do not need to clone that then. All right. But yep, that. And I'll do a 0 to use Trick on Puppet 3. So whatever its scrutiny plus cunning is, plus its target number.
Let's see. 9.
9. I have an acting value of 3. So, yeah, 6 or better. That is definitely a 6 or better.
Mhm.
Also, I'll have my I forgot to mention the triggering condition for the wait actions after they attack somebody.
Okay, it'll have to be 2 separate instances though. So like for 3, it'll be when he goes to attack somebody, and for 2, it'll be when he goes to attack somebody.
Yeah, not at the same time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Not that'll make a huge difference, but then we are back to chat.
Okay.
I mean, you've got a pretty good option in your hands.
Called a rail hammer.
Yeah.
Let me check. All right. I think I'll try imposing upon puppet number 1.
All right. What is this imposed against?
Against the target centering skill.
Centering, you say. Tenacity. Ooh, we are tenacious. Target number 10.
Right. Oh, geez. I just realized with
You sure
The
that's what?
towering figure talent from Behemoth gives me a positive flip on impose actions, but I didn't realize the last general talent I took, imposing mass, also gives me positive flip to impose actions.
Wow. That's a lot of positive. It's like you're fishing for the black joker. I love it. Let's go.
All right. So,
Or the red joker,
Well,
either way.
I mean, the black one's already. There it
all
is.
right. So,
Nice.
yeah, and
What does it put the total at? Because I think it stacks if you get a margin.
oh yeah. That is a total of 18.
Against a 10, yeah, that's a margin.
Right. And because of talent from guard, that lasts until the end of dramatic time.
Rude.
All right, and crud! 0 action reassurance, giving Spicer +1 to everything.
Well, it's
I
an aura.
forgot the
Anybody
last
within
round. That's
range.
on me.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm?
Sorry, it's an aura, so anybody within range. So once I do effectively get in range of it, so that's the thing.
Is it aura or
It's an aura.
all characters within? Okay. Yeah, I didn't use the aura symbol, I don't think, but it's the way it's phrased.
Well, it would be an aura or a pulse, no?
Yeah, it just says until the beginning of this character's next turn, all friendly characters within 3 yards receive +1 to the result of any duel they take.
We'll assume that's supposed to be an aura.
All right. So that's my 0 and another action to hammer puppet 2.
All right. Target number 12.
Boom. Total of 17.
Pretty good. That'll be a negative.
Negative. Oh, wait, 5. That's. Yeah, 5's weak, isn't it? 2 damage.
All right. So you clobber
Damn,
this
these
thing
things are hardy.
with a hammer. You hear a hollow knocking sound when you whack it because it's clearly made out of wood. Again?
No, my first action point was imposing, second was a hammer, so
Oh, okay.
that's it for me.
All right. Back to the puppet.
Okay.
Puppet number 3 is going to try to fight Chet again.
That's target number 11.
No, Blue's got to do a thing.
All right.
Yep. So unfortunately, these are projectiles. So if I throw a knife into your gut, I apologize. Also, I'm ditching a 6 of hearts as part of the action to be able to actually do it.
You know what's fun? Spicer's going to be part of the randomization too. I like that.
Hooray.
He has a scratch. It has a melee range of 2.
No, but it's not melee range. If the target is in engagement, is part of an engagement, then any model within 2 inches of it is you have to randomize with.
Oh, I thought just everything engaged. Jesus, I'm sorry.
Unless the rules are different for Through the Breach, that's how you did it. in
It's
Second
fine.
Edition, and
It's
I know
fine.
because it used to be a nightmare when you had to figure out how this shit worked.
All right.
played a lot of
We're
Second
gonna
Edition.
I guess we're going to start with Spice.
Okay.
He's got 11.
Okay.
Chet's got a 4. I'm going to cheat up for him, so he's at a 10.
You can flip them all first.
Oh. And number 2. Okay, I'm not going after number 2. And number 3. I guess I'm going after number 3.
You're going to cheat Chet's card to a what?
I'm going to cheat it to a 7.
All right, so you hit your target.
Yeah.
Now, he's the one that you tricked, right?
Yep, so I get a built-in positive.
Right, but he's got cover, so it'll just net to a regular straight flip.
Yep.
Target number 12.
Ready, so that is a 17.
That should do it with a negative.
Already. No triggers to declare, so. Well, wait, this is a straight flip because trick gives positive on damage.
Ah, that's right. Yep.
That is a severe of 5.
Wow,
Damn.
it's pretty good.
Is it still up?
Nope.
Well, that was a solid 3 attacks, I guess.
You just critical hit. It's super effective. Slammed a knife right into that thing's face, and it goes down like its strings were cut.
Ah.
Alrighty.
Well, it was gonna fight Chet. Now it's just sad. We'll go over to let's go with puppet number 1 so that I can do something now. It'll be
Sure.
fun. We're gonna punch Spicer. It's my favorite
Yeah.
hobby.
I know it is. I'm not even with the guild. I don't understand why the animosity is coming from. But
Kinda.
Remember the negatives from Impose.
Mm,
The negative.
I thought impose was the other way where I get negatives if I fight you.
No, it's a negative on any attack that does not include me.
Okay, I always mix them up. All right. Yeah, I guess he'll still fight you. So this will be a target number 11, and you'll get a plus.
Well, 2+.
1 plus. Why would it be 2?
Because the impose puts 1 negative and another 1
Oh,
for
the
margin
margin.
of success.
Yep.
Two.
Okay, so double plus.
is it okay?
Jesus.
Okay, that's 16.
Hey, which of those 13s do you want to use?
The one with masks.
Oh, man.
Sorry, man.
Damn.
The moment I saw it, I was like, "Oh, the masks."
Fine, but we're gonna do it again. Target number 11, double plus.
And do I also get the again the okay. So I've got the 8. That's it's 11 on the nose.
Nice. You want to cheat?
No, because I haven't got anything better.
All right.
Basically.
We have successfully applied fist to face with 1 damage.
That's fine. Tiny puppet fist.
And for my last trick, puppet number 3 is going to, or 2, I'm sorry, is going to get punched by Maverick.
Well, stabbed, but potato, tomato.
You know, a stab is just a punch with a sharp thing.
Yeah, okay, I could definitely make the charge range. Oh crap! Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm used to the whole Malifaux thing being like, hey, removal auras at the top. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, don't want to be on top of chat. So, yeah, there we go. Alrighty. What's the target number?
12.
Alrighty, I got the +1 from Chet there, and the 1 from Style puts me at a acting value of 7.
Pretty good.
That's 17.
With a negative. Everybody can draw a card.
Yep. So, yep, that's a week of 2.
You guys broke my toys. You always break my toys.
I mean, not the one time where you TPK'd everybody.
That's true. There was that one time where I broke your toys. I enjoyed that. Anyway. All right. So that puppet can't do anything because he's dead. Back to Spicer. How much health does Spicer have? How much did I beat you up this time?
I'm at 5 out of 8.
5 damage out of 8 or 5
Yeah.
health out of 8?
No, 5 health because I
Oh.
taken the toughness feat because last time he got almost taken out like one shot at me.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? You know the next general talent will be toughness.
Okay. Let's see what you got. Gonna continue trying to strangle them?
Yeah, why not? Because otherwise I'll have to take disengaging strikes and they'll just... There's no positive way of doing this, so...
You could try tricking him and then you'll get a plus to the attack and a plus to the damage if it works.
How does that... what do I flip for the trick then? I'm not sure.
Blue, what do you flip for trick?
What? Oh, for trick, it's Deceive. Deceive.
Oh, I'm great that. I've got it.
I feel like you should be using trick all the time.
Yes. Okay, so I've got AV for trick, so I'll flip. I guess
10.
that is an 11.
All right, he has been tricked, so you get pluses to all duels with him, and it also works defensively. Trick's extremely good. Spicer, that should be Spicer's jam.
I should I should read the core book
Yeah,
more often. Really.
There's a lot of strange abilities in there that you wouldn't necessarily know about if you just play Malifaux, but they're good.
For the humor, I really want to get the garage to go off on one of these things.
Well, you get a plus.
I'll try.
Target number 12,
Yep.
and I think you're AV1, so if you can flip an 11 on 2 cards, you got it.
Yeah. I got it. It's a 12.
Double
Oh no,
mag.
it's so the tomes though. Oh,
No, that's only on defense. When
oh,
they're
okay,
attacking
God.
you.
Okay,
It would be cool if I could do it and
yeah.
interrupt you and fight you.
That's just a 1. I don't know what's the damage. I think the damage check is laughable on it, but yeah, it's 1.
Does
But
it have
it
any extra
is.
effect?
It's got. I mean, choking doesn't do anything to dolls. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-mm.
It's slowing.
Does that mean that he gains slow if he takes damage from it? Or do you have to
Let
do a
me.
certain level of damage?
I've,
I do.
um,
I do believe so. Yes.
It's probably not going to matter, but I'm going to look it up anyway. Target gains slow in addition to any normal damage. Yep, he's slow now. It's pretty good.
Yep. It's just 1 damage and slow, but yeah,
It's pretty
I've
good.
successfully garroted a
Well, I
tiny
just mean
puppet.
generally, like here, it probably doesn't matter because he's going to die anyway, but normally,
I know, but
if you could
just
give out slow to a
success.
bunch of different models, that's super good.
Yeah.
All right, we will go back to Maverick.
So am I engaged with puppet number 1 here?
No.
Okay, I was kind of hoping that Spice here would have moved, but I went a back seat to his turn.
Sorry. I was trying to catch this puppet.
No,
He's a little
that's
busy
fine.
not getting his kneecaps broken.
Yep.
Well, crap. Can I even see him?
Yeah, I'll say you can see him on the left there.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to trick him.
All right, he's getting tricked quite a bit here, and it's weird because he's a clown. He should be tricking you. Target number 10.
All right, stat 3. Yep, I got it.
All right, bosses all around.
Yep. Now here comes the part where I'm not gonna be too happy, because I do I have to randomize for myself here if I throw stuff at him?
That's a great question. I'm gonna just say no. I don't know if that's the correct answer by the rules, but I'm gonna say no because that would be silly.
It was a weird question, but I think it warranted a question.
I mean, I think strictly speaking, if you just were to read the rules, it might specifically exclude the attacker, but I'm gonna declare that it does for now. So just him and Spicer.
All right.
Let's see if
So,
Spicer gets stabbed in the back, literally and metaphorically.
I mean, that just seems like karma at this point, considering the kind of person he is.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do Fan of Knives because I get that free +2, which is legitimately awesome. So discarding the 9 of Tomes, and let's go for randomization. Let's go for Spice.
I thought you could only do that with 2 AP, unless you can trick for a 0.
I could trick as a 0.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you probably want to do Trooper here, Spice, because it's really funny.
Okay.
Spice has got a 5, and what does the puppet get? The puppet gets a 2.
That's pretty good.
Just what I needed. Do. Alrighty. So I'll flip it at a positive. Well, he's probably got cover, so I'm on a straight.
No, you're close enough to the cover that he doesn't get it. He doesn't benefit from it.
Okay. I'm on a positive. Okay, that's a 21.
Oof.
That's pretty good. I think that hits him. That'll be a
Okay.
straight flip though.
I'm on a positive because of trick.
Oh, that's right. Yep. So plus flip.
I think I might have just annihilated him. Oh no, that's a 3.
He's still hanging on.
All right, attack number 2. How do I do? That's an 18.
You have to randomize again.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hold on. Okay, now
I don't know why. So, puppet.
you gotta flip that. You also didn't call it until after you.
Fair enough.
flip the
Fair
card.
enough. Fair enough.
So I'm shuffling again. Call it first.
Okay, Chet. Pop.
Got him.
Yep.
Target number 12.
Yep. That's an 18.
All right, that'll be a straight to a positive.
Yeah.
Let's see that black joker.
Nope. That's another 3.
Fine. You won. I should have put them up 4 points in their rank value instead of just 2.
God, please.
Would they just been? That would have been what? It would have been what? That's just like henchman at that point, isn't it?
I should have made him tyrant, so it would have been great. I'll keep the damage track 1, 2, 3, but I'll make the maxing value 14 for everything. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. All right.
The Revenge of Pelody.
You can close out the map and discard as many cards you like, and then draw until you have 3.
Mhm.
After the battle, silence once again descends on the train car. Only the heavy breathing and occasional murmur of your companions break up the oppressive silence, and for a moment you can't help but wonder if you'll ever escape from this strange, glowing world that you've been plunged into. You've heard stories about entire trains of people disappearing as they pass through the breach, of course, but until now, you would assume that they were just that, stories. Your contemplation is interrupted by a surprisingly common sound coming from the car behind you, a man's scream.
Okay, shaking loose like the existential horror of being kind of lost in the expanse. Probably gonna whirl around to try and. Is this one of those trains where there's like windows between the train cards?
No, you can't see through
Of course not. Worth asking. Worth asking.
Not gonna make it easy on you.
No, of course not.
How would I surprise you with the giant monster?
I know.
Or
No.
if you could just
Yeah.
put the giant monster behind the door, you know?
Oh yeah, hang on. Before we go and check that out, does anybody need a good old doctor?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Not gonna say no.
I guess we're not in a hurry with the man screaming. Fine.
Okay, hang on. Wait. How long does the doctoring take, like in game time? Because if the scream really did just happen, I think we should probably
got
go.
in combat as a 280 action, so I think 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's not long. You do a quick little bandage up. It's not like you're getting surgery or anything.
Okay.
Oh, okay. How much damage did you have? Because that was a 16 in total.
I had 3.
Well, you're all that damage is gone now.
Nice.
Definitely going to do Saw Bones in the future. Chet, you need any healing real quick?
Sure, yeah.
Alright. How much damage do you have?
3.
Sure, I'm going to cheat up with a 12 so you have no damage.
Oh, wow.
All that hard work, gone.
Hmm.
Now the monster behind the door is growing in rank value.
Oh no. Okay.
Right. You guys go check that out and picking up my knives. I hit you up now. Go take more damage.
Meat
I
shield
mean,
away.
if they're screaming behind us, but we're trying to. Is there a sense of the train still like moving through any kind of space, or is it just still like does it?
There's
Is there?
explicitly not. It appears that the train is not moving. Conundrum.
I mean, I think moving the train might be, as whoever was screaming is probably dead by now. I think honestly, I think Spicer will even say that out loud. Like, look, whoever just screamed, I assume is dead because otherwise he would still be screaming.
I don't know how it's going to happen, but whenever I write the adventure where Spicer comes to his untimely end, he's going to be screaming out for help, and a whole bunch of people are going to be in the other room going, he's probably dead already. It's fine. And he's just going to be bleeding out in horrible agony for like an hour screaming. They're going to be like, no, this time he's definitely going to be dead. Why bother? I'm going to start writing it tonight.
Okay, fine. We'll check. We'll be the good Samaritans and check for the.
Oh, you don't have to. I'm just saying karma. It'll come around.
Yeah, it's come around a couple of times already. Like, it's just like laser guided on him sometimes.
I think I got the only black Joker in that combat, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, or whatever is stop the train is doing that. I think he like Spicer just kind of like shrugs and like looks at the other two as to what they think is the best idea. He's not a train engineer. He's got no fucking idea. Sorry, language, but I didn't mean to.
What do Chad and Maverick have to say about this?
Oh,
well, if they're coming from the back, they're probably one of the criminals. So then again, it's what the guild classifies as a criminal. So it could probably just be poor scapegoat back there getting maimed.
I think I'll have my hammer at the ready and just like kind of creak open the door and take a peek through.
Lead the way.
You open the rear door of the train car and are immediately thrust into a world of brilliant silver blue light. All it takes is one glimpse out at the nothingness between dimensions and a glimpse of one of the strange creatures moving through that nothingness to convince you that nothing good can come from waiting in this strange limbo dimension. Throwing open the door to the next car, you hurry out of the terrible light and into a prison car. The seats have been replaced with wooden benches built into the walls, and shackles rise up from the floor. A smoking body in a smoldering guild uniform lies near the door, his partially melted rifle still clutched in his hand. The only other inhabitant of the room is a square-jawed man in a striped convict's uniform. He grins as you enter, and you notice that his eyes are glowing the same silver blue as the energy surrounding the train. "Care to help a bloke out?" he asks as he raises his hand, revealing the heavy shackles that bind him to the floor.
Can I do a scrutiny check as to this man's intention towards us?
You just want to
I just want to see whether he's.
determine based on that one sentence?
I mean, like general, like does he? I mean, like out of character, it doesn't take a genius to see that he's got like zappy powers and might kill us. But whether he wants to kill us or not, I mean, we might make a friend. I don't know.
I mean, if you want to take a check just based on him saying that one thing to you, you're not going to learn.
No, that doesn't
talk to him. You can try to talk to him.
Yeah, I think I'll ask kind of what happened to the other passengers? Do you know?
Well, I can't say there's many passengers back here. Just
Were
me
there
and
when-
the pigs, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that was an expression back then, but it is now.
I think Spicer's not even like that upset by the the dead guild officer because we have a brand here at DefectiveDice to uphold.
You see, this is the anti-guild propaganda channel.
Exactly.
It's not propaganda if
no,
it's true.
That's true. Yeah. No, but I mean, there was talk about convicts plural. Were you the only person in here?
It was just me and our friend there, and he motions towards the smoldering body. As of about 30 seconds ago.
But before that, there were more.
Oh, yeah. Place was full of them. Practically crawling.
Okay, wait.
He says it very like nonchalantly, as if he
Mm.
is not necessarily understands what's going on, but he is not necessarily shocked.
That's fair enough. I think Spicer kind of like has that moment of kind of like maybe misplaced sort of like self-preservation. Says like we're all just trying to get the train moving to not be stuck in, and he like vaguely gestures at the blue horror outside the windows because the train isn't moving, and if he can help us get it moving, yeah.
Yeah, I can help you with that for sure. I just want to get out of here as well. And he's gonna pull his hands up again, as if to ask you to take the manacles off of him.
And I'll try doing that. I think I've got a lockpicking kit, so I think that's my yeah, it's a lockpicking toolkit. So I've got the +2, +1 for the flip.
All right.
If there even is like a lockpick, is there just keys on the guard that might make it easier?
You want to check?
Might as well.
Give me a. We'll just do a notice check. They're not going to fight back. Target number 7.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is an 8.
So you go over to this sizzling guild guard, and what's left of his uniform, you ruffle through the pockets quickly, and you find a ring of keys.
Like a lot of keys, or like kind of like.
Yeah, it's.
I can. Oh god. It's gonna take forever to try all of them, so I'm just gonna try. I will try the lockpick because it just seems it'll take me forever to find the right keys. Unless are there markings on them to tell you which are which? Is it?
Some of them have symbols on them, but nothing that is immediately obvious to you.
Of course not. I'll just try to lockpick them then. Yeah.
All right, hang on. I would have sworn that there was a lockpicking check for this, but I don't see it here, so I'm going to make one up. Let's make it a target number 9.
That is a 10. Actually, I should have positive flip, but never mind. It's
So with the key in your other hand, you opt for the tools of the trade and you start trying to work on this lock, and you find it relatively easy to pick. They clearly didn't expect to have other people trying to break him out of his confines here. So it's not the most sophisticated lock. And once the manacles clank on the ground, he's going to kind of like stretch his hands out and like wiggle his fingers around as if he's glad to be unbound. So, going to fix the train, huh? Lead the way.
right.
Much obliged. And he's going to kick the guild guard that's on the floor as he walks past him.
Yeah, might as well.
You are now standing in this train car with a convict that you've just sprung. And he's standing there looking sullen, but also excited to be, or happy to be free.
I mean, he can't be worse than the dolls. I say this, and I shouldn't have said that because I've probably jinxed it. But
Want to try to choke him with your garrote and find out?
no, absolutely not. I think Spicer will just exasperatedly say, "Does anybody know their way around an engine?" Because
Probably got a thing or two that might help.
I'm guessing it's that way, and he's going to point in the opposite direction that you guys just came in.
yeah, that's useful. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
I think Spicer will kind of start in that direction, but also kind of like watch whether anybody's following of the people who are there. Like, I mean,
What about the monster behind the door?
I assume that is the guy. If there's-
This man will indeed follow you as you walk towards
okay,
the front of the train.
like in a staring at me like he wants to murder me sort of way, or kind of just in a he's terrifying but he's a gentle giant kind of way.
Give me a scrutiny check. Target number 9.
Okay. 5. Oh. I'm cheating in a 6 for an 11.
It's a little bit of both.
Okay. Good to
You
know.
get the sense from the previous conversation that you had with this guy that he is impatient, potentially violent, but also he was being honest, and he is going to try to help you get the train going again because he does not want to be here.
I mean, that figures, like, even, I mean, maybe not Seamus, but like everybody above Seamus, like in terms of sanity, would want to get out of the space.
So, question: is he still in his, like, I would presume, be prisoner outfit? I guess.
Stripes and all.
Uh,
Based on the research that I did in the first time that I ran this in Meat Space, it should be a green striped jumpsuit, not an orange striped jumpsuit, because green means you're worse. But I don't know if that's how the guild works it, but that's how it would have worked in the United States at this time.
I guess he probably would have done a color coordinated system to pick up on what type of anything specific. Like, oh, you did something with undead. Here's a green one.
Well,
you did
it was like if you're just in prison, you get an orange jumpsuit, but if you're like a convicted murderer or like a violent criminal, then you get green, and it just means that you're like a worse. It should mean like you go to high security and stuff like that.
Maverick's gonna look at him for a second and make a comment. Before we get this train all fixed up, if we can, I recommend going through some of these suitcases here. Maybe find yourself some change of clothes if you're planning on getting off this train once we get to the other side.
Let's worry about one problem at a time here, huh? He's just gonna nod and keep walking.
Fair enough. All right, to the engine room we go.
Like, gently stepping over the dolls, hoping they don't come back to life as we pass.
They jump up and grab onto you now. All right, so you head back through the car that you were in and through several more cars until you eventually find yourselves in the engine car. You see your new friend here walks up and looks around with a completely dumbfounded look on his face, as if he has never seen a train before in his life.
in fairness, like Spicer's good at kind of faking it, but he's got the same internal expression.
And you see that there are several switches and knobs and a control panel, as well as a boiler and a whole bunch of stuff. From a very cursory glance, knowing very little about trains, it appears that everything, it all looks fine. Like there's no obvious sign of damage or anything like that. It just appears to not be running.
I mean, just would I know as much as like the fire has to be burning for the train to run, like the very 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 basics, or is it just I've got no idea?
I'm gonna say everybody has a very, at least a cursory understanding of how trains work because they're pretty ubiquitous at this time period. And in order to try to get it running again, we're gonna do an ongoing challenge. So
Okay.
if you don't remember what an ongoing challenge is, the way it's gonna work is there's gonna be a selection of skills that you can use. Everybody's going to take a check for every duration. In this case, a duration will be 5 minutes of game time. And everybody will take one check with a target number of 8. You need to hit a certain number of successes before you hit a certain number of failures in order to succeed on the task that you're all endeavoring to complete. If you succeed, you gain 1 success. If you succeed with a margin of success, you get additional success for every margin. If you miss it, but not by a margin of failure, you just waste time, basically. But if you miss it by 5 or more, then that contributes to the failure requirement. So you could potentially make the whole thing go belly up. Your options here will be athletics, engineering, and sorcery.
Somehow engineering is I've got a better AV in that than athletics, even though I've got no ranks in it. Great.
That checks
So
out.
sheer dumb luck, basically.
All right, let's start with you. Spicer is going to try to manipulate the control panel to see if he can push the right buttons and make it work.
I mean, just pushing buttons and hoping it'll do
just
a thing.
Twist the knob and pull the lever and see what happens.
I forget 8. Okay. Yeah. So that's just 12.
All right. And the requirements are 6 successes or 3 failures, just so everybody knows. Let's go with Trey. What's Chet gonna do?
Athletics would be the best option.
Shocking! So. I can't believe it. Right.
16.
Damn.
Nice. All right, so you start shoveling coal into the boiler, and you notice that as you do, the heat radiating out of it increases, which appears to be something the train likes. How about Maverick?
What's the target number on this?
8.
8. Oh my god. So what, we have 4 successes already?
Yep. No, I'm sorry, 3.
Oh, darn, well, unless I could somehow get an 18, but I doubt it. So, yeah, athletics. All
right.
Wow, okay.
Jeez, we're flipping all. Are you sure this is randomized?
Spice.
Yes, I would never give you an unfair advantage. I enjoy beating you up too much.
Just a fate deck.
One location. We were so close.
What's the total on that?
Can't do anything to help. I thought my total at 16.
That's another 2. You're 1 shy.
Can the convict do anything to get us there?
No, absolutely not. He doesn't even try. He just stands there and watches you.
No,
okay.
No wonder nation.
He's cheering.
You could tell yourself that, but he's really not.
He's there for moral support. No, he's not, but
he's there to grimace and be gruff, and that's it.
Fair.
Although it's funny because he's actually pretty good at one of the things on this list, but that's besides the point. All right, let's do it again. Let's have Spicer run engineering again. Target number 8.
Yeah.
I should probably increase the TN on this, to be honest with you, but oh well.
That's another 12.
It wouldn't have mattered because you guys only flip face cards.
I was gonna say no. That's why I was joking. Kind of like, have you not shuffled the deck because it's just face cards all the way down right now?
Wild.
I'm not complaining, but
wild.
This was a lot easier than predicted.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to do any more checks, or do you want to just let it ride because you're already finished? You got 5 minutes to kill in game time.
Let's see.
So they're I assume the engine seems like it's humming back to.
I could do a flip with engineering just to have a use of it.
I think I'll try athletics, like, because I don't know, because I want
Well,
to
you
get
already
that
did
SML.
your check.
Oh, I did. Never mind. Yeah, never mind.
It's just that because, it's all happening simultaneously, theoretically, they would be doing something while you were finishing
Yeah.
it. So it doesn't really matter. We don't have to flip anything. Okay, so as you guys all start going at it, shoveling coal, and Spicer walks up to the control panel and is able to sort of determine what he needs to hit to get the train going again. You feel a little lurch as the clickety clack sounds start as the train kind of starts rolling forward on the tracks again. It is moving pretty slowly, but it picks up a little bit of speed, and soon enough, you see that the bright light outside that was sort of hurting your vision fades, and you then find yourselves out in the northern hills north of Malifaux City.
Is that the same Northern Hills where Spicer has been assaulted by a snow beast before? On the last train ride? I think so, right? Like, that was...
It's not too far away. Yeah, it's a different train line, but yeah, it's not super far.
He's having a flashback.
It took me a minute to remember what you're talking about, but yes, it's not that far away. Yeah, so you find yourself back in reality. Your new friend is gonna go take Maverick's advice, even though he certainly wouldn't admit it if you said anything about it, and he's going to change his clothes into something a little bit more casual. And before long, you pull into the train station in Malifaux. There is a bunch of guild personnel, or there are a bunch of guild personnel standing out on the platform, and they all seem to be very confused as to what happened or where you've all been, because they were expecting you quite a bit earlier. And they jump on the train and look around and are also very confused when it's just the five of you, or the four of you.
Wait, so everybody else actually just flat out disappeared and never came back?
Oh, they did? Yeah, they're still gone.
Oh, I just assumed they'd come back at the same time we did. Okay, that's unfortunate. I guess F's in chat for all the people who were on the train.
Do you have anything particularly interesting to note or to say to the guild guards, or are you going to make yourselves scarce, considering the fact that there's a dead guild guard not too far away from where you're standing?
Making myself scarce.
Peace.
Yeah, for my next trick, I shall disappear.
So I mean, if we were like less, like if we were more inconspicuous instead of like being like knife wielding and like shady looking bastards, we could talk to the guild. But it's like no. No.
So I'm going to say that in the confusion of both the sort of timing of you guys getting back, as well as the strangeness of the fact that there's no one on this train, it seems you're able to sneak, not literally sneak like they would see you, but you're able to get into the crowd far enough before anybody's able to say anything or try to stop you that you can get away relatively easily. And the last thing that you see before you lose sight of the train station is this man who you just sprung from guild custody in, normal civilian clothes, sneaking off down a side alley to get up to who knows what.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, again, anti-guild propaganda on this channel.
He was actually a murderer, though.
Wait, what? Okay. I mean, he did give those vibes. Like, let's be fair. But...
Super murder.
Could have been an accident.
Well, anyway, that's the end for Bad Things Happen. A huge thank you to the Extremely Cool Kids tier on Patreon, the Steam Powered Scoundrels, Dogmatize, Spanner Rider, Rob Younts, Tom Likely, and Russets. And thanks for watching.